squad deployed.
So here they all are, out of their boxes, and I will say straight off the bat, I'm very impressed. I love Imperial fists, I love the yellow tones and the color variations and all the little metal work and, you know, the blacks, the dinks in their armor, the yellow, you know, all of them have like subtle paint details, which is absolutely phenomenal. So first of all, I would like to take a look at the breeches, the two guys with the shield. These shield dudes. So unfortunately, I have an issue, as always, because for some reason I just have QC problems with every figure that I buy. Luckily, out of the entire batch, this was the only one. So the shield didn't come with the clip that's supposed to pop in here. So if you look, he has a handle. There's no handle. And it wasn't in the box at all. And this is so that when it fits on the arm, it can just pop on, right? And he can hold it. So that's really unfortunate.
You suck!
A bit disappointing there, but hey ho. In terms of them holding the shields, it's not the best either, which kind of sucks as well. You have to kind of just, you know, I've got an open hand here and a gripping hand here. The open hand, it goes on a lot better because you can kind of slide it in there and then pop it on and it connects pretty nicely. It's just in terms of the shield posability, it's kind of limited. I mean, it does the trick, you know, that's kind of how you're going to have him on the shelf. But, you know, I feel like it should be bigger, just so you can kind of, you know, put it down, but, you know, have it raised up here so he can kind of see through here, and then have his gun. Obviously that's not a gun, but you know what I mean, and then pew pew pew. So other than that, no issues, no gripes. This guy is obviously supposed to have a gun, but I felt it looked way cooler with the chainsaw. I think that looks way cooler. Way cooler. Now, they all come with these bases, which are really nice. I really appreciate this. It's weird, the little things, right? Now, in terms of the overall figure, man, the paint applications and the engineering, right? Like, so you've got this beautiful Imperial fist logo. It's got an orange with like a yellow, and then it's like scuffed up. I don't know whether that was intentional because it's got like almost like black inking to make it a little bit more scuffed up. The paint applications are beautiful, so it's like an orange base tone and then yellow subtle highlights all the way through. Some are a little bit more noticeable than others, but it's really well done. Each head is unique in its own right. This one's just a very blank face. As for the backpack, you know, very retro 30k style. These swivel. They have these attachments, ammunition, magazines. They don't really function, but they do articulate. And one thing I really appreciate about these figures is their articulation. The articulation has been so well refined over the years. And bear in mind, they've only been doing the 40k stuff for about 4 years. It's just phenomenal, right? So the head, which is very McFarlane, very import style, very well articulated considering it's a big clunk of a helmet. Very nice. You get, you know, everything you need out of it. Then the shoulder pads. Now, the shoulder pads, I'm not a fan of the way that they do them. It's basically like a little rubber slip and then it connects in with the articulation. I prefer the 1.0 version where it was a double ball joint and it articulated, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. It does have a beautiful butterfly joint, which allows him to come all the way around like this. Butterfly joints on a big clunky dude like this, it's crazy. Madness. Then you've got the bicep swivel. Double elbow. And wrist articulation. Torso articulation, which is He has a bit of a swivel, side to side pivot. Doesn't get much range, but does get range, if you know what I mean, because it's a big armored suit. You can still get him to do quite a lot, you know what I mean. The crotch piece is very open, but you get heaps of range out of it. The knees, which have been incredibly well refined, they look phenomenal now. They looked awful with the 1.0 bodies. I'm glad that they fixed that. Fantastic. And then the ankles are really nice. Shifting back and forth for all the range you need. And toe articulation. So all of them pretty much share that articulation. They all have a very similar articulation setup. It is the Space Marine mold. This guy is the only different and unique one. So this guy is a chaplain. Now, anyone in the comment section, if you could please let me know why the 30k chaplains aren't in black. I'd love to know. Because he's in all yellow, and this guy is a chaplain. He is one of the newer models brought to life by joytoy, and he is really, really nice. So he has this beautiful cape, which again is like soft plastic. He has a very Primaris helmet with this Roman-inspired top piece. He has a kind of weird combination of 30k and 40k for the backpack, which is a bit odd, but again, it's a newer model, so I know that they're kind of incorporating the two designs. His shoulder pads are smaller. This feels very chaos. Maybe because I'm used to the Death Guard wearing this armor. And this is a lot smaller with this unique patterning. It's more of a lighter silver as well, and not so much black. It's got these skulls across here. And this is all a soft rubber, which I really appreciate. You know me and the Storm collectibles. One thing I will say is I really like beaten up armor. I think that looks really cool. But these guys don't. You know, it's very flush and clean. He has this beautiful chaplain staff, which is hard plastic. Very well painted as well. Lots of dry brushing details. Very, very pretty. Comes with a modified plasma pistol. Doesn't look as cool as the 40k one, but still pretty cool. I do like me plasma pistols and rifles and so on and so forth. Pretty well painted, some dry brushing, some black, some blues. It's nice. Great paint applications on these figures, guys. As for the mold, you know, you've got these airbrush orange yellow hues again. It's more definitely Primaris orientated. So in terms of articulation, you're not going to be able to really raise his arms too much because of this cape. I mean, it still functions, but definitely not a lateral raise, unfortunately. Big guy in a suit of armor, you know, it's to be expected. Articulation in the torso is definitely better than these guys. It's more fluent, more range for sure, same as the neck. Legs, very nice. Very, very nice. Huge range. Due to the way that they're engineered. Not much out. That's okay. Now this is the thing that I was talking about with the knees. I can't stand that. There has to be a way around it, but it's just not good. Whether this piece should have been here, just so, I don't know. That would have looked a bit odd as well. He's got the same boot articulation. But I really don't like that. And they've been like this for a while. I don't really know a way around it, a solution, but I mean, this is way better. That looks very nice. I really like the way they did that. But this one, I don't know. I suppose it's just the design, right? There's not much you can really do about it. We have the Power Fist, which I absolutely love. Love the Power Fist. With the Plasma Pistol again. We got some new decor. This guy just has printed on logo here. Very smooth. No intricate design like this guy. And those guys at the back. The Power Fist is uniquely different because they finally updated it where the Power Fist can swivel. I always thought that was a little bit of an inconvenience on the previous figures with Power Fists. Can't wait for the hand to be articulated with a cut and a ball joint. I think that would look really cool. Or even finger articulation, you know, just put like a bolt similar to the toes through here. And then you'd have hand articulation, that could be really cool. Other than that, this guy articulates pretty much identically to all the others. This guy has a red stripe down him. Very, very cool. One of my favorites by far due to the Power Fist. This guy comes with... Okay, so this is another QC issue. These weirdly pop off and on. Now, they were loose in the box. I don't know if that was intentional, but the others don't come off. Just this one. So I'm assuming mine's broken. You know, I tend to have the worst QC when it comes to these things. I suppose that is what it is, right? New decor. Little swords crossed there, which is nice. Gave him this plasma rifle. The breech is supposed to hold it, that one in particular. It does look like a plasma rifle. I don't actually know what type of gun this is. Again, I'm not too familiar with 30k. I just really like the designs. And then this beautiful banner. Nothing crazy like the Warhammer 40k where they have these huge, you know, printed artwork on there. But it's nice. I like it. It looks cool. So there's him. And then lastly, this guy in a running pose. He's got a bolter. He's pretty much got the same decor. He's got a little arrow here again. Lots of scratches on mine. Don't know whether that was intentional or battle damage. But yeah, very cool. Very cool. But overall, I'm very happy with them. I think they look phenomenal. Definitely one of the better pickups I've had in a while. So, you know, just giving them an overall rating, I'd give them a solid 7. Nice and simple 7. Overall, you know, one thing I've said time and time again, once you've had one Space Marine, you've had all Space Marines. They all share the same molds. If there's any kind of criticism that I have towards joytoy in general, is I would just love to see something other than Space Marines time and time again. Don't get me wrong, I love Space Marines. But there's so much potential with the Xeno races, and we're just not getting that much. They recently did Tyranids, you know, they got the Tyranid Warrior and the Hermagants, but, you know, we had Tau, a little bit of them, you know. A little bit of Necrons, like, you know, like tiny bits and bobs here and there, but nothing to like round out an entire team like this. So I really think that they should get cracking on with them. Or even, you know, you have a very well structured Space Marine mold. Give us some chaos. I mean, this is legitimately the Death Guard armor. You know, put some guts and some, you know, gross stuff coming out of them. I legitimately was planning on doing it. One thing I was planning on doing, because joytoy is taking so long, is turning these guys into chaos. I have all the schematics, I suppose, all the different artwork I'd like to change their heads to, and, you know, the bodies, and re-engineer some stuff, and sculpt some stuff, and potentially take these and turn them into Death Guard. It's just, you know, there's the mold. They don't have to do too much retooling to achieve greatness, I suppose. I don't know. Really dig them, really like them. I recommend, you know, picking up like maybe this guy, Bannerman, you know, Just these kind of cool dudes here. The breaches, not so much. I don't know. I know that the Imperial fists is supposed to have the big shields and stuff like that, but I'm just not really a fan of them. The hammer's cool, but yeah. Chaplain's cool again, but he's a bit too much Primaris for me, personally, now that I have him in hand. He's too 40k. He doesn't really look 30k. I don't know. It's just my opinions, guys. And on that note, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.